Hey everyone, I hope everyone's doing great on this drama filled, messy Monday. It has been nonstop back and forth between this whole Kandi, Tamar, but what set it off was the drama between SWV and Xscape that came on their show last night that they have, the Queens of R&B, which I like a lot, by the way. I did not think I was going to like the show the way I do. I knew I was going to watch it, but I mean, I wasn't expecting the drama to be on tens the way it is. Um, I do want to do a separate video about the whole $30,000 and Latasha and Tamika with the mother because I have a video set up for that. I just didn't record it yet because I wanted to talk about this now because this has been going on since last night. I'm like, I got to cover this first. But I definitely have something to say regarding Tamika and Latasha and her taking her sister's $30,000 and the mother basically being Team Latasha because that's how she's coming off. All right, I'll leave that for now. But this video, SWV and Xscape. Now, I'll start with the episode before I get into the Tamar because that did happen after the show aired when Tamar was on Watch What Happens Live last night promoting the new show that she has with Evelyn Lozada and Nivea. And yeah, with Evelyn Lozada and Nivea. So I'll get into that in a second. But this whole SWV and Xscape. Now, the episode last night, the women met because they want to do a one-night show with both acts. And Kandi, they all met together to discuss it. And Kandi basically said, listen, we're going to be the openers, which SWV was not feeling, you know? And I feel that if this is one special night, why not split it 50? Co-headline. I really, all of this analytics that we're getting into, all of this numbers, all of this stuff that people are saying is the reason why Xscape should headline. For one show, I don't care about all of this money talk that Kandi and Tiny are doing, all right? I'm really, at this point, this is not what this is about. This is not what this show is about. This one show to see both of you guys. Because if it was up to me, I definitely would want Xscape to open. If you got to pick one to open, I'm going to tell them to open. So what? We had this versus battle. So what? Kandi has 9 million Instagram followers and Tiny has, I don't even know how many, but it's more than the SWV girls. And we're not looking at, I'm not judging by Instagram following right now. Kandi makes bukus of money, okay? Tiny has money. Now, Kandi is acting as if she can't lower her price by any means. They're not opening acts. When it's a show coming up, and I'm mad I didn't get the picture of the flyer. It's a show that Xscape is doing, Monica's headlining, and it says Monica and Friends. And Tamar is one of the friends. Xscape is, it's like some other guy groups. I forget exactly who's on it, but that's my point is that Xscape, you guys are going to open, y'all are opening acts for Monica. She's the main event at that show. So you can't sit here and say that you're just headliners. You don't do openings. You don't open for people. I really was taken aback by Kandi's behavior, her attitude. Like Tiny, that's how Tiny is. Like, I guess we see Kandi more on TV. I know Tiny did her reality TV thing, and then, she hasn't been for the past, ever since the Family Hustle got taken off air. And then the show with her and Toya, they had that before. But overall, we see Kandi more, and I just feel it was very obnoxious of her to do that. Because this is how I feel. If you guys are balling and making all this money more than SWV, you guys are on a reality show together. Throw them a bone. Do the 50-50 this one show. I could understand if it was 5 shows or however, whatever. Then that's a different story, I guess. But the fact that it's one night, they're clearly doing this reality TV thing along with you guys. And being that you guys are the veterans, why you can't help them level up? That's what I'm saying. Lily talked about how she had to live in her car. These women are not in the same financial boat as Kandi and Tiny are. I'm not saying they're piss broke. That's not what I'm saying. But to hear what they went through, it's like, how could you sit and say that? Like, I don't even understand. Kandi, that was all the way wrong. I really think it's all the way wrong. I really do. I really do. It's one show. It's one show. All this promo y'all about to give for this show because you're on Bravo, you're on Bravo. All this promo you about to get for this show, money's about to come in for that show. And it would just be respectful if you can just co-headline, both of y'all. I don't know what's wrong with that. So, of course, they were on social media all day. Since this morning, actually. So I got some of the posts and like comments. I didn't catch everything because it was just, I was at work. I was busy. So I tried to catch what I could because I knew I wanted to talk about this quickly. Now, who is this? Okay, this is what Kandi said. Kandi said, "We may not have been the headliners in the 90s, but we have been for the past 6 years since we reunited. And respectfully, they've opened up for us multiple times already." What does that have to do with this one show? And I'm gonna say that because they have a reality show that's airing right now. This is why I'm really strong for the co-headline. Why are they on the show with y'all then if you don't feel that they are your equal? That they can't get equal pay for this one show if y'all doing a show together? Like, it's ridiculous. People gonna say, "Oh, that's business. This is business." F that right now. You got Latasha leaving a group, recording a gospel album on the low. Don't even want to tell them that. But she technically gonna leave y'all. And you can't sit here and just do a joint show with SWV. So Kandi said that, and here goes Tiny. Tiny responded to someone. Someone said, "It's one show. I don't understand the issue with co-headlining." I don't either. Like, both groups are iconic, but y'all really try to play with SWV. Everybody get paid equally, then go on about y'all business. And then Tiny responds and says, "Nah, because we don't make the same money on no show. The fee is worlds apart, respectfully." Like, you see what I'm saying? She can't even just say we make more or whatever. She goes, the fee is worlds apart. So why are you doing a show with them? Reality show with them? Why y'all ain't just do it on your own? Kandi goes to say that Xscape's booking fee is 3 times more than SWV. This is what I'm saying. Nobody is sitting here saying, despite the opinion on who you think is a better group, nobody is sitting here denying or arguing the fact that Kandi and Tiny are making more money than any of the members of SWV right now. It's no arguing that. However, y'all women can't sit and say, "I'm going to help y'all out with this one. We're going to do one show and we're going to split this 50-50. So everybody can eat." So everybody can eat. And it's giving me Kandi and Tiny. We know you can't. What is that? How is that going to hurt y'all despite losing a percentage that you probably could have gotten if you didn't split it 50-50? Aside from that, how is that hurting y'all by helping them out? Y'all are up. You see what I'm saying? Tell me if I'm bugging, because I really, this right here just seems so absurd to me. And Kandi, I usually ride with you, and I'm usually team Kandi, despite all what people say about Kandi and how she needs to be off of Housewives of Atlanta. And I'm like, nah, Kandi, Kandi has been here. Kandi should stay. But this one, I'm not feeling. I'm really not. Because it's just, I feel it's wrong. I really do. I think it's wrong. So then people were pulling up like stats from Spotify, right? So look, they put up SWV and Xscape. So Xscape has over 3 million monthly listeners, and Xscape has 800,000 monthly listeners. And then you know how when you go to an artist, they show the top 5, like the most popular songs. So you got from SWV, we got Week that has over 137 million streams. You have Right Here, over 100 million streams. You have Rain, that's over 49 million streams. I'm So Into You, over 65 million. Then Can We with Missy. And I think that says 18. And then we go over to Xscape. Their top song is Who Can I Run To? That's 33 million streams, over 33 million. Then Just Kicking It, over 45 million. My Little Secret, over 26. Softest Place on Earth, over 17. And then Understanding is over 13 million. So when it comes to this, Kandi's like, please, we're not paying attention to that. We paying attention to me being on Housewives of Atlanta, me having over 9 million Instagram followers. That's what I'm looking at. You see what I'm saying? What this shows right here, the monthly listeners and the top songs and the amount of streams, SWV is still getting streamed. All right? They're still getting streamed. This is an iconic group. Xscape, yes, you guys have some songs, but just based off of the top 5 songs, SWV, each one of those is one of my favorites. Each one. When it comes to Xscape, I'm gonna give them Who Can I Run To and My Little Secret. Understanding was a song that I liked, but it's like, okay, like when I was younger, like I did like that song, but it's like I'm talking about literally right now. If I put on my iPod, I'm gonna listen to SWV. I don't get it. So Lily commented and she said, always remain humble. I don't care how successful you become. When you're in the business of people, you don't get to choose who you are. The people do. She said other things too, but I just grabbed a hold of this one. Because I agree with her. This is just showing character. Um, this is showing character to me. Because Xscape is in a position to help and still get paid. This is supposed to be a 50-50 deal. I don't care about none of that other shit that Kandi and Tiny are saying online because people are getting after them for being wrong. It's like when I look at the feedback, it's half and half. I see people saying that Kandi had every right. Then I see people saying Kandi and Tiny were wrong or Xscape was wrong. It's either or, but I know where my thoughts lie. And I'm team SWV with this one. Not Kandi on this one because Kandi misses I get it back. You know, Kandi done sat here and lost money on Todd's failing businesses or whatever she invested with him. Took those, that's a bigger loss than you'll take with giving them women 50% cut of the show for one night. So we're not going to act like you don't take no losses, Kandi. Yeah, you have a lot of money, but still. It's ridiculous. Like, it's crazy. So Coco, she posted a photo, 2 middle fingers up. You know what that means. They were mad last night. They were mad. They went into the other room. Now I'm pretty sure next week, I don't know if it'll turn around and they'll work something out. As of what's aired so far, they're pissed. They're not trying to be no opening act. They feel like, okay, y'all trying to play us now. Like we, the little dogs that we can't hold our own if we go 50-50 with y'all. I'm team SWV. Yes, I am. Now, after the episode aired, Watch What Happens Live came on last night. Tamar was on there. They are promoting, Tamar, Evelyn, and Nivea are promoting a new show that they have. Now, they're saying it's going to be on Peacock, right? But I guess to get viewers in, they it came on Bravo last night. After Watch What Happens Live went off, the episode came on and I watched it. So I was like, okay, it's a dating show, looking to find a king. I was like, okay. I was like, I guess I'll tune in. It seems like something I'm just gonna watch to see. It wasn't horrible. So I was like, all right, I'll probably watch this too. So that came on, and you know how they had the viewers call in with questions, and someone asked Tamar about what she said about someone and their man approaching her, and this was months ago. And I think I did a story on that. If you look back, I think I did. I covered that whole thing when Tamar came out the first time, talking about what happened, and she put how a peach had violated her or whatever the case was. So they asked about it, and then she was like, how it's real or whatever. So Andy starts asking her, who was it? So he said Eva, and Tamar's like, no, like not Eva, no, no. So I think he said somebody else, and then when he got to Kandi's name, Tamar smiled, and it was a dead giveaway that like this, that's what I'm talking about. So Andy was gassed, like, oh, like I didn't know this. I thought you and her made up or whatever, blah blah blah. And I guess she was like, they did, but the whole drama with Tamar and Kandi stemmed from the whole Carlos King drama. Carlos King, I guess, apparently was trying to do an Xscape story or Kandi story, I think. It could have been Kandi just by herself about her life without like her permission or without her having any input in it. So that's what started this whole thing. So Carlos King and Kandi, Kandi was mad about that. She's still mad at him. So what Tamar did was she inserted herself in that, because it had hit the blogs. Everyone was talking about it. And I think Carlos King had said something about it too. So Tamar makes this post right here. This is what she posted. She posted a photo and put my friend, and she added Carlos. And she said, who don't have to steal nobody nothing. I love you. So she posted this in support of Carlos when all of that went down last year, showing that I'm Team Carlos. He don't have to steal nothing. Meaning like Kandi, he ain't steal nothing from you. Like, what are you talking about? So this is what started it, right? And it's like, okay, Tamar, you clearly showed whose side you're on. I don't know how the history of her and Kandi's friendship, but this post right here is saying that Kandi's lying and that you're Team Carlos on this situation. So people are saying, like, listen, she should have never inserted herself. And you know what? I agree with that. Tamar shouldn't have. But being that she did, like I said, she's just showing where her loyalty lies. And that's what people got to do. You just got to start seeing things for what they are, right? Fine. Kandi probably felt away like, oh, I thought you was my girl, or, you kind of did me dirty with that. So that's where all the drama stemmed from with that. So then the women have a show. And Tamar runs into Kandi. And she says how Kandi approached her. And Tamar did a whole live talking about this. But I'm like, if you haven't seen it, look it up, because I'm not playing that whole 7-minute video right here. She just was on there talking about what happened. And she had her man with her, the one that she met on Queen's Court. This guy right here, the white guy. I think his name is Jeremy. I could be wrong. I think something like that. JR. Yeah, right? Whatever. That's her man. And she was in the car talking to him when she did her live today. And he was there too when it happened. And she was talking about how Kandi approached her. Kandi just had a nasty attitude and was basically saying like, oh, you said this and you said that and blah, 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 going, saying that. And Tamar's acting like, oh, I wanted to just keep it cool. I wasn't trying to, go get into it with her there, this, that, and the third. So her and Kandi still going back and forth. And she's like, Kandi wasn't backing down. Kandi was being real stank to her. Like, listen, you did this. Basically, I think Tamar said she had tried to say hi to Kandi, and Candy's looking at her like, don't, like, she reacted off that. Like, why are you saying hi to me? Especially after you done already showed me where your loyalty lies. And that actually, I can agree with Kandi with that one. I will say that, because it's like, okay, you posted that in support of Carlos King. Now you see me in person, and now it's, hey, Kandi, like, stop being fake. So Kandi got real irritated by that. So now they're going back and forth, and Tamar's acting like she's not trying to go there with Kandi. And then Todd approaches and says to Tamar, you don't want this, or something like that, he said to her. Either way, Tamar saying that she was threatened by Todd, and that Todd shouldn't have been getting in a female's business, and he shouldn't have stepped to her, and he threatened her. First of all, that was not a threaten. So her saying that, it's one thing to just say, yeah, your man shouldn't be saying nothing to me. You get what I'm saying? But to sit and say, oh my God, he threatened me, like, Todd's not going to put hands on you. At least not that I think. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like Tamar overreacted with that, because she could have just said, your man shouldn't have said not one word to me. And then that would have been more acceptable. Like, I get it. Like, yeah, why is your husband walking over here saying anything to me? You know, I would have took that more so than, oh, he threatened me, because that wasn't a threat. Saying, like, he's basically telling her, like, you don't want this with my wife. That's how I took it. Not with him necessarily. But I can see her being, or not feeling him approaching her. I can feel that, but I don't feel a threat. So if she would have worded it right, it wouldn't have been this big thing, because now it's like, oh, you're trying to accuse this man and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, okay, like, knock it off. Calm down now. Like, it's not even that serious. She shouldn't be accusing him of anything, but just saying something to her, period. Right? That's what I think. So that's what happened with that. So here goes Tamar. Because Kandi, oh, I'm sorry, before I go into Tamar, Kandi, and I'm going to post this because this was Kandi's response, because, you know, people were blowing Kandi up like, oh my God, you know, after they were going back and forth on Twitter or whatever. So Kandi posted this clip. This is what she wanted to say about that for now, according to her. Just take a listen.
Everybody's wanting to know about the beef, about the beef. Mm-hmm. The only thing I would say right now is, you know, simply that's not true. My husband never said nothing to her. He did not threaten her or none of that. So that's why I was like, I don't even want to, like, address that on Amazon Live. She and I did have words, but he did. So that's why I was like, yeah. Some people like to twist things a little bit, but we can talk about it later on a different platform or not. Anyway, everybody's wanting to know about the beef, about the beef. Mm-hmm.
So you heard her. She said it wasn't true, and she was like, we can address this on a different platform, I'm assuming, and she's talking about Speak On It. She said she was on Amazon Live, so she didn't really want to get into detail, but she came in defense of Todd. She agreed about the arguing with Tamar, but she's like, when it comes to Todd, that's where I draw the line. No, you did not. He did not threaten you. So, you know, she's trying to lighten the load and make it seem like between both versions is the truth in there somewhere. I definitely believe Kandi was very pissed with Tamar for talking to her after that post. And Todd saying that to Tamar, he just, I feel, shouldn't have said anything to Tamar. Even if he would have walked over there and consoled Kandi, meaning like coming over there just seeing what was up. I get that. That's her husband. He has every right to come over if he see his wife irritated or see anything wrong with his wife, to see what's going on. He has every right to do that. However, he didn't have to say nothing to Tamar. That's my thing. Remember, he was going back and forth with Marlo at Atlanta last season? Kandi gets real fidgety. He likes to talk, just like Chris from Potomac. They feel comfortable talking to these women. There was no need for him to say anything, but he didn't threaten Tamar. He didn't threaten her, but he shouldn't have said anything to her. Now, Kandi says that, right? Denying it. So here goes Tamar. Tamar says, I am the victim when your man steps to a woman. Sounds like an abused woman to me to see nothing wrong with that. I hope he's not beating your ass. I pray for your healing. So now she said that Kandi sounds like an abused woman, because Kandi keeps taking up for Todd whenever it's whenever he gets into something, a back and forth. She was very irritated when Marlo and Todd got into it. I noticed that, and I'm mad I didn't pick up the pic from that, because I'm just thinking about it as I'm talking. So Yeah, he got into it with Marlo too, and she felt away. So she definitely is always in defense of Todd. But her saying that I hope he's not beating your ass, I mean, that is an accusation right there. Saying that Kandi possibly is being abused by Todd is like, is this where this is going? So I was like, oh my God, now like they just them when you them Twitter fingers, they go back and forth, they get hot. Them Twitter feuds, these people type and say all kinds of shit when they're going back and forth. So Tamar, you went kind of far with that one to me. I don't know about Todd abusing Kandi, but she's saying that she sounded like an abused woman to say it was nothing wrong with what he said. Okay. So she also says, imagine having the biggest ego for the most non-singing ass person in the entire music industry. Stream my new hit song, Changed, where I pay homage to the amazing SWV. Now she's saying Kandi can't even sing. I mean, this is a lot. It went, it all stemmed from Watch What Happens Live to here we are with this. Between showing stats saying who should open for who. I mean, it's really, it's like it's kind of embarrassing as Black women. I really, it really is. Like seriously, I don't like to see this because SWV deserves to go half on this one show. And I feel Xscape needs to respect that and drop their price, but it's one night for this. I'm saying that. And for anybody that got to say, oh, that's their bag. Right. They are not going to hurt from this. They're not. But you know who's going to gain? SWV is. And that's what they don't want to do. And that's where I find the problem at. I can understand if SWV was financially on Tiny and Kandi's level. I don't know about Tamika's level. And I know Latasha's level ain't, I don't even know about them two. I'm talking about Kandi and Tiny because these are the two that have been on television and that have been consistent the past, I don't even know how many years. Many years, okay? So it's crazy to me. It really is. This is a lot. I'm sure they're not finished. It probably will be more said amongst this is Monday, guys. We're just getting started. I think they're going to be going back and forth talking shit all week. That's what I think. That's why I had to get this going because now whatever's added on to this, I can just do other videos and talk about it. I had to get this part out because this is gonna be more drama filled as the show goes on. I don't even know how many episodes. I have to find out how many episodes we're in for. I believe the third one came on. Sunday was the third episode, I think. So we will see. SWV, I'm team SWV. Co-headline, and that's it. That's it. Co-headline. It shouldn't be that hard. One show, one good big show, co-headline, and that's it. So guys, please like this video. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. Leave a comment. Please let me know whose team you're on and why and what you think about this whole Tamar and Kandi beef. Let me know your thoughts. And I'll talk to all of you again soon.